Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you know if I want to post a new video. We're gonna jump right into it. We're making Churro cheesecakes. Here I'm basically showing you guys everything that I'm gonna be using for this. I'm using my sugar, my cream cheese, 1 egg, vanilla, la lechera. We're using these Crescent rolls. We're using cinnamon. You're gonna need a mixing bowl, obviously. If you don't have a mixing bowl, you could just use your stand mixer. And you're gonna need a 9x13 pan. So let's just get right into it. What I'm gonna be doing is basically taking my 2 8-ounce cream cheeses and I'm gonna put that in the mixing bowl. And you want to try to get as much of the cream cheese as possible. I know it's a little hard because the cream cheese is like pretty much stuck in there, but try to scrape it as good as possible. Trust me, the more the better. And I'm going to just go ahead and put both my cream cheeses in here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the 1 egg. The 1 egg doesn't necessarily have to be room temp to be exact. You could take it right out the fridge. Either or, it doesn't really matter. But the cream cheese does have to be softened. If you're in a rush, I mean, you could, use the cream cheese kind of cold. But I would prefer using it room temp so that it can all combine beautifully. So we're going to go ahead and give that a really good mix. We're gonna do is add the la lechera, the 1 can of la lechera. I'm gonna put all the ingredients down below in the description as well, just in case I'm not, because I tend to not really give a perfect description, but I'm getting there. Okay, bear with me. Okay, we're working on it. This is like, like my 3rd video probably. Who knows? I don't know, but we're gonna get there. Okay, you have to make sure that you scrape all that good lechera into the bowl. I'm using la lechera. This is just condensed milk. You can use, there's plenty of different condensed milks. I prefer la lechera. To me, it tastes so much better. And this is your key ingredient. Let me tell you, this is what makes it bomb AF. Okay, bomb AF. We don't want to curse on here. Bomb AF. We're gonna add that half cup of sugar. And we're going to mix that up. You really want everything to be incorporated nicely. So I'm just going ahead and scraping this bowl. Make sure I want to get all that cream cheese in, because cream cheese could be, like I said, I would prefer room temperature, but I was in a rush making this because it's just for me and my cousins, whatever, and they were beasting, so I had to hurry up and make it. So yeah, I'm just scraping down the bowl, and I'm gonna go ahead and give that a good mix again. While that's mixing, what I'm going to do is go ahead and start doing my sugar cinnamon mixture. I don't know what you guys would call it, but I like to call it my cinnamon sugar. So what I'm going to be doing right here is just adding my cinnamon and my sugar. And I pretty much added 1 cup of sugar and about 3 tablespoons of cinnamon. I'm pretty sure they sell this in stores, but I like making it myself because why not? It's just cinnamon and sugar. I tend to do by eye already because I already know how much I would need. And chances are you're probably going to need more than what I'm showing you because you need to use it twice. And basically just blend it nicely. And so once we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and start on the whole shebang. So here's the 9 by 13 pan. What we're going to do is we're going to spray this baby up. I used to use parchment underneath, but I started realizing that the parchment underneath was kind of giving the churro cheesecakes like a little bit of a like dent on the corners, and I didn't like that. So we're just going to do it right on the pan. This is what I'm using. You can find it anywhere, literally Walmart, ShopRite, Target, anywhere you'll find it. If not, just use any kind of other baking spray. I'm gonna spray this baby up really, really good because we don't want nothing to stick. And yes, I probably over exaggerated, but it's okay. It did the job. So after we sprayed it up, what I'm going to be doing is going ahead and taking that cinnamon sugar, and you have to cover the whole pan completely. You do not want to miss any part of the pan. You want to cover it, coat it, whatever, completely. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab our crescent roll. And let me tell you, I don't know why this gave me such a hard time, but it did.
2 hours later.
Okay, so we finally got it out of the little rolly thingy. I'm going to go ahead and just roll it onto the pan. So I recommend using gloves, but because this was just for me and my little cousins or whatever, I did it with my hands. Obviously, if you're going to be doing it with your hands, make sure they're washed, cleaned, and sanitized, everything in the book. But yeah, so pretty much the one I used is the crescent rolls, and they do have creases in them. I know they have the other. If I could find it, I'll put a little picture in here. If not, I'll link it down below. But I know that they have just a regular rectangle sheet of this where there's no creases or anything. I personally don't use it because I've been using this one that I've had in the video for a long time now, and it's been working beautifully. It tastes beautifully. Like, I've had no complaints. So this is the one I use, and pretty much what I'm doing is just I'm sealing all the creases. Obviously there's still going to be a little bit of holes by the time you're done doing this, but when it bakes, it'll close. So don't stress it too much, but just make sure you try your best, touching the corner of the pans and making sure you seal it as much as possible. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put that yummy mixture that we've been beating in the bowl for a very long time. And I'm just going to pour that baby in this pan. And oh my God, I promise you, when I was editing this, I wanted to remake it all over again and just eat a whole bunch, but let me not. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour that in. And while you're doing this, you just want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350. Let that heat up. And when you're done putting all this together, I promise you it's going to be ready. And you're just going to put it in the oven for 32 minutes, by the way. Like, again, I'm going to put it down in the description below so you guys know step by step what to do. This is just for a hands-on video for the people that, need a visual of how to do it. So I'm just, taking my little spatula and I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. I'm just making sure it's all smooth or whatever, and it's all evened out. You could even give it a little shake or whatever. And then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab the other crescent roll and we're going to lay that on top. I honestly dislike this part because it gets a little harder when the mixture is already in there, but you're going to see that I pretty much just did the same thing that I did before. And once we're done with that, off camera, like I told you guys before, I went ahead and did more cinnamon sugar, and we're going to coat it up again completely. You don't want to miss no spots. You want to cover it 100%. I promise you, whoever's eating this at home or customers or whoever you're making this for, I promise you they're going to love you. They're going to thank you. I promise you this is the best recipe you will ever make and try. Okay? So I'm just here coating up the whole thing. You don't want to miss any spots. Make sure it's completely covered. While I'm coating this, I'm going to let you guys know that I'm going to go ahead and toss it into the oven for 32 minutes. And I'm basically going to show you guys how it looks once it comes out the oven. And this is pretty much the tutorial, guys. So look, it's out the oven. This is how it looks. What you're going to do is, if you are in a rush, stick it in the freezer for like 30 minutes and cut it up. As I was in a rush, I put it in the freezer and I cut it up. But I do recommend keeping it in the fridge overnight. You could eat it warmed up. I honestly tried it warmed up and I didn't really like it, honestly. The best way to eat it, in my preference, is sticking in the fridge overnight and then cutting it up. And you're going to have that yummy, yummy churro cheesecake. Oh my God, look at this. So good. Literally, I could have so many of these. I promise you, you guys, your families, your customers, whoever you're making them for will love them. They're going to thank you. And this is how they turned out. I hope you guys like this tutorial. I know it was fast. I know it wasn't as long. But it's a pretty simple recipe, guys. It's not that, it's not that difficult. I promise you, the recipe is so easy. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely tag me on Instagram if you guys end up making these. I want to see your results and let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching and stay tuned for another video. Bye.